The Golden Boys have been given out. The winners have taken their trophies. The losers have been sentenced to death.
Oh my god.
They had to pack their things and leave the island. This is the Golden Boys recap. We're just kind of keeping it low-key, low energy. We're breaking down the winners of the Oscars, the winner of our Oscar competition between the two of us. I'm Ethan.
I'm David.
David's a fucking loser, but we'll get to that later.
Wow, that's fucking
Just not even really. He actually won the Oscar ballot. He's just I just hate him.
Wait, what? So, Ethan, before we really get into the meat of this episode, how about you feed us those winners?
The winners of the 92nd Academy Awards. Best Actor went to Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. Best Director went to ya boy Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. Best Animated Feature went to Toy Story 4. Best Documentary Feature went to American Factory. Best Documentary Short went to Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone If You're a Girl. Best Sound Mixing went to 1917. Best Original Screenplay went to Parasite. Best Film Editing went to Ford v Ferrari. Best Adapted Screenplay went to Jojo Rabbit. Best Sound Editing went to Ford v Ferrari. Best Production Design went to Once Upon a Time.
Oh my god. This fucking bit.
In Hollywood, Best Original Score went to Joker. Best Makeup and Hairstyling went to Bombshell. Best Costume Design went to Little Women. Best Supporting Actor was Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time.
Ethan? There?
In Hollywood, Best Visual Effects went to 1917. Best Short Film Animated went to Hair Love. Best Short Film Live Action went to The Neighbor's Window. Best Original Song went to I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man. Best International Feature went to Parasite from South Korea. Best Cinematography went to Roger Deakins for 1917. Best Supporting Actress went to Laura Dern for Marriage Story. Best Actress went to Renee Zellweger for Judy. And Best Picture went to Parasite, the movie.
What else would it be?
The little boy inside of your bacterial system.
What the fuck?
It was a great night. I thought it was a pretty good show. There were a couple of weird choices just in how they presented it, but overall,
I mean,
nothing too crazy. There's not any awards I'm upset about.
This is like the least reactive, the least amount of reactions I've ever had towards the Oscars. I feel like, because everything I was like, okay, yep, that sounds about right, and I was really happy with the Parasite surprise because I feel like that was the biggest surprise of the night, and I was happy with it. And part of the Oscars is kind of now weird without having a host that runs through it, which I'm not even like.
I kind of like it.
I like it too because it
less
keeps
fluff. Although this one's still fluff.
Yeah, but it keeps the speed up a little bit because I mean everyone knows that if you actually watch the Oscars or any of these award shows that it starts to drag because they're like 3.5 hours long, and none of the bits from any host has ever really been that great. So I don't think we're losing much there. Yeah. So Any facts and milestones? Absolutely, David. For sure. I'm getting some of these from Vox Culture and a couple more from Wallet Hub are my two sources for these. So if they're wrong, I'll just look like a big old ding-dong. Yep. So Parasite, I think the biggest story is it's the first non-English language feature film to win Best Picture. Oh, yeah. Not even the most recent one nominated. Literally last year, you had Roma, but I think that's pretty awesome. I know what you were thinking, David, and you were saying to me this nonstop. You texted me, you called me, you sent me a fax, which was a little strange. I didn't know how I received it. It's good to know that you're receiving faxes now, though.
Yeah. So
that's a call out to Printercast. Give that little episode.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Sure.
Fucking comedy gold. Sure. This is kind of like fool's gold.
Might be our best episode.
But you were complaining to me. You said it over and over. You said, this is bullshit. This is stupid. They shouldn't have even been saying that because The Artist was produced in France. To which I, of course, said, yes, but it's a silent film.
None of this happened.
And all of the title cards were in English. You know, like all the incidentals were English. So...
Is that what they're called? Incidentals?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
damn.
I don't know, David. This is the first non-English language feature film to win
I don't
Best
know
Picture.
about you, but when I watched Parasite, the subtitles were in English. So, what do you call that? What do you call that?
Mine were in Cantonese.
That's gonna blow the fucking mic out.
With some other notable ones. This is Brad Pitt's first ever Oscar for acting after a very long career. David, do you remember what his other Oscar was for?
I believe it was for producing 12 Years a Slave?
You knew that right off the cuff. I'm very impressed by that.
I did, thank you. Yeah, I know my Brad Pitt very well.
That's fun. Taika Waititi is the first person of indigenous descent to win Best Adapted Screenplay. It's also the third person to ever do that. Just any Oscar.
Third person?
Yeah.
Just third person to ever win that award.
Third indigenous person.
Thank you. Okay.
Sorry. Previously, that was Buffy Sainte-Marie, who won Best Original Song in 1982. And then, of course, Wes Studi, who got a honorary Oscar this past summer, who we saw in the audience of the Academy Awards this time around.
Very cool.
A fact that I'm sure is so interesting to everyone listening, but the very last movie produced by 20th Century Fox took home 2 Oscars. So that's fun.
Fascinating fact.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Do you know what happened to 20th Century Fox?
I believe they were eaten by a mouse.
That's a
this is the first ever time. So every year, the original score, you actually usually get a little mini orchestra playing the melody of all the nominees, at least a little bit. It's the first time that was ever conducted by a woman, which is weird that it's taken that long.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Here's another one that's really cool. In the whole 2010s, so because the 2020 Oscars were celebrating ones for 2019 films, it counts as that decade. No women won any writing awards, either original or screenplay. Or nope. Either original screenplay.
Original or screenplay. You heard it here.
So that's neither original screenplay nor adapted screenplay.
Nor the original version of said screenplay.
Fuck you. This is the first time that we've gone a whole decade without a woman winning a writing award since the 1960s. That's fun.
That's shocking.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Here's just some generic ones. Total cost of the ceremonies was $44 million.
Ooh, can I actually give one also? I have another first for this award.
Oh, yes.
For this ceremony. Zach Gossigan is the first actor with Down syndrome to present an Oscar.
That's very
at the Oscars. Not even an Oscar award, but to present at the Oscars.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome. And I really liked their part of the night.
Oh, I loved it.
The red carpet cost $24,000, $700 as well. On top of that, I said that number in the weirdest way I could have.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so that's fun. 31% of the year's Oscar nominees are women, which is the highest ever percentage they've had. That's pretty cool. But none of them were nominated for Best Director for a second year in a row. That's
also
fun.
Interesting.
Yep.
Did you also know this is the 9th directing nomination for Martin Scorsese, making him the most nominated living director of people living?
Nailed it. Cynthia Erivo is the third person to receive acting and a song nomination for the same movie. Mary J. Blige did it in 2018 and Lady Gaga in 2019. So for 3 years in a row, we've had that for the first times ever.
I also believe if Cynthia Erivo would have won this year, they would have made her the youngest EGOT winner of all time.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
How, right, dude? Like, she's also super deserving of it. fucking.
So the people that voted
Yeah.
for a lot of our awards tonight,
Fucking-
there 842 of them were new members. That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely redoing the Academy, which is cool. I mean, and I think it's showing, right? Like, I mean, this year compared to even last year is like vastly different. I feel like.
This is the second year in a row Adam Driver's been nominated for acting.
Poor guy. You could just see it on his face. He knew he wasn't gonna win last night.
That's all right.
And it sucks because he fucking performed his heart out.
Even so, you had 5 of the year's acting nominees nominated for the first time. So that's Jonathan Pryce, that's Cynthia Erivo, Florence Pugh, Scarlett Johansson coming in with 2 nominations for different movies in the same year for the first ever nomination, which is pretty insane. Antonio Banderas has never been nominated for an Oscar before. That's kind of crazy.
Huh? That's actually pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Because he's such a well-established name in like the Hollywood system, you know.
Saoirse Ronan is the second youngest
Fuck me.
4-time acting nominee at the age of 25, which is crazy. 4 nominees.
Yeah. She's so young. She's so talented. I love her. Ethan, do you know how many nominations John Williams has?
If I had to guess off the top of my head,
Fuck you. It's 52, you little bitch. Which makes it the most of any living person living right now.
you
I don't know
always
why I
leave
can't
it in like
say-
there's
I
more to
don't
that
know
sentence.
There's
Also impressive for the Newman family, which have 93 nominations, more than any
Who
other
does that
family.
include?
That's Alfred, Lionel, Emil, Thomas, David, and Randy.
I don't know. Okay.
Both Randy and Thomas were nominated last night. You even saw Randy Newman perform one of his songs. Netflix led the way with the most nominations, 24 nominations. Disney Fox had 23. Sony Pictures with 20. Yeah.
Cool. Did you know that Avengers Endgame is the first movie to be the highest grossing movie of all time to not win a single Oscar?
That is pretty crazy. Although
It's
the
pretty
Joker
sad.
got nominated for 11, which is the most this time around. That's pretty fun. 93 different countries submitted movies to be considered for Best International Feature. 93. Wow. Yeah.
That's really cool. I would love to see the list of films nominated for that award. 'Cause-
Like the full list.
Yeah. Like
They
I really want to see
always
Corpus
do the
Christi.
short list. You can actually take a look. I can find that for you real quick if you want.
I mean, I don't need it right now.
Okay, I'll give it right now.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. I'm gonna eat more Mike and Ike's because they're fucking delicious.
So the short list, just to give you a little bigger idea of what countries had international films nominated. This isn't the full amount of everyone that put stuff in, but in terms of the Oscar short list, you had The Painted Bird from the Czech Republic. You had Truth and Justice from Estonia. Les Miserables, which was nominated from France.
Yep.
Those Who Remained from Hungary. Another actual nomination was Honeyland from North Macedonia, as well
Is
as
that Hulu?
Corpus Christi from Poland. One that did not get nominated was Beanpole from Russia.
Ooh,
Another big one that did not get nominated was Atlantics from Sengali.
No, it's from Netflix. I think it's from Netflix.
Well, Netflix is not a
sorry.
country yet.
Sorry, is Beanpole from actually a Russian?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Sorry, continue.
And then leading out our actually getting nominated was Pain and Glory from Spain, and the winner, Parasite from South Korea, which is the first ever South Korean film to get nominated.
This is also then, I mean, it's kind of a given with like the first thing that we said with Parasite being the first.
Yes,
foreign
it's the
film
first
to win
South
Best
Korean film to win Best Picture.
Nope, I mean, I was gonna say it's the first time the same movie has won International Feature and Best Picture.
Is it?
I mean, I'm assuming so since this is the first foreign language film to win
Probably.
Best Picture.
That sounds right.
I mean, it would just, you know. Also, I mean, did you hear?
It's also one of the first ones to get the Best Picture without winning getting any Oscar noms or any acting noms.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And like also kind of sad because I feel like there are definitely some performances in there that were.
Oh,
deserving.
absolutely.
You know what? Random question. I'm just gonna throw at you. I'm just gonna fucking toss this one right to you and see how you catch it. And this entire thing might get cut out. So with Best Picture, the nominees can go up to 10.
Yes.
Do you think they should do that to other categories?
Honestly, I would say no, just for time's sake. I think that they
Yeah.
should do the full
10 every year. Hey, here's a fun question. How did a
hear it.
Parasite win without a host? Huh? Because the Oscars didn't have a host.
Well, that's actually a good bit because the host is another Bong Joon-ho film.
It's actually a Stephanie Meyer book.
Dude, that movie's so fucking bad.
So what were some of your favorite moments from the big night, Hollywood's big night?
You know, I obviously was a big fan of the Shia and Zach speech. I loved that because I loved Peanut Butter Falcon, and seeing those two back up there is really cool.
Absolutely.
I really liked Olivia Colman's speech about last year being her husband's favorite night. That was hilarious. Spike Lee's suit with the 24 on there to kind of represent Kobe was really cool. Ethan, what did you like?
I really liked Janelle Monáe's opening number where she transitioned from Mr. Rogers into the May Queen. A spiritual translation that I feel I am destined to do.
Did you like the Jokers to the left of stage?
Yeah. Did you notice all the different background dancers? We had
it was very cool.
We had Dolomite was there. We had
it's good to see Dolomite at least somehow represented.
Queen and Slim was represented there as well, which was pretty cool.
Was it?
Yeah. You had his signature tracksuit and then her dress.
Oh shit! I must have missed
Us
that one.
was also very present in the background as well.
Oh yeah.
As well as some Rocket Man attire. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a very fun opening number. A couple of things I didn't really like from the night. I don't know why we needed to do a Eminem number.
Not a fucking clue.
Just was kind of strange. So that just kind of happened, and I was like, okay. And it was probably the first time Marty Scorsese ever heard rap music, so that was fun.
Or did you see his daughter's reaction to it, or maybe granddaughter? She was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was also very strange watching Tom Hanks nod along to "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. That also was weird.
It was a very odd moment. God, also, I'm just not a fan of the Eminem beard. I don't know.
No?
I don't think it looks good. Nah. I'd just shave that shit off. That's also us calling out Eminem to a rap battle. So if he wants to acknowledge this and battle us, Ethan will throw down.
Uh-oh.
Ethan will step up
Yes.
to Revolution. That's a step up. Did you have a favorite number or a musical number? I really liked the Elton John.
Yeah, I thought that was very good. I actually really liked Cynthia Erivo's song as well, "Stand Up" from Harriet. I really liked that.
The In Memoriam with Billie Eilish was, I thought, really good. And then, the big winner of the night, Parasite.
The biggest winner though, and needs to get the most recognition, Sung Jae Chao.
Oh.
Sharon. You can just call her Sharon, I guess. That is it's Bong Joon-ho's interpreter, who had to give 3 different speeches that night. So she did pretty awesome. Also, big ups to Bong Joon-ho since he had already been up 3 times when they won Best Picture, he didn't try and take over
really
the spotlight.
cool.
Like he's given more than enough speeches as he's accepted awards.
Well, I think
All of which are
after he
great.
got. I think after he got director, I think he was serious about the starting to drink part, and then he was like, "I don't have anything else to say after winning Best Director."
If you saw him, some of the stuff afterwards, because they always do the interviews and stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
He literally made his Oscars kiss.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the photo.
I like it that we're now we now have within the last 3 years we have 2 different directors that are just giant children in Guillermo del Toro and Bong Joon-ho.
Dude, I love them both so much.
Like if I could just cuddle with both of them,
oh my god,
it'd be so good.
All right, big spoon, little spoon. Who's who? Because you're in the middle.
I'm gonna be. So, I want Bong Joon-ho's gonna be the big spoon, and then I'm gonna ride Guillermo del Toro like a backpack. I'll be his little backpack. He'll be my Luke Skywalker. I'll be the little Yoda back there, hanging on tight. It'll be adorable. I would love to have a pillow fight with the 2 of them.
Okay.
These are things that I want in life.
I love those 2 though. They're both amazing. Also, just Bong Joon-ho's reaction, I think, to the second award for international feature. Was that the second award? Where, like, he's, like, kind of off to the side, staring down at his Oscar, just smiling. Like, I love that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's moments like that that make me love watching the Oscars live.
I also really loved the moment of just hearing him talk about the other Best Director nominees. Specifically when he, like, his stuff all about Martin Scorsese and his stuff about Quentin
That was so
Tarantino.
cool.
It felt really genuine. It's reminded me of when, what was it? Casey Affleck talking about Denzel being his hero.
I truthfully do not remember that.
That's okay.
But I'll probably look that up, honestly.
I mean, it's
'Cause
not that special. This was better.
It's moments like this where it feels so raw, and like it's like a little sneak peek into like the psyche of these directors and to see who else they respect. Also, the most raw and natural and like real moment and speech of the night was from Hildur. I don't know how to say her last name. When
Fair
she
enough.
won for best score for Joker,
It was so sweet.
It was so sweet. It was so sweet. And I was like, I love this woman. And then her like her huge bow at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck, dude. I'm so happy she won. Also, fantastic score.
Oh, yeah. I thought Renee Zellweger and Laura Dern gave pretty boring speeches.
They've been winning everything.
The kind of butthurt speech from Ford v Ferrari, I think was the sound editing.
Yep.
And we were just like, yes, wait, our studio's gone, our director didn't get nominated, and you're all fucking idiots. I was like, okay, cool. Sounds like you're happy to win an Oscar, but that's fine.
I think it was kind of cool to see people not get played off this year. And
Well, they shut the lights off for Parasite, and you got everyone stood up, like raising their hands to bring the lights back up and let them finish.
that's what they were saying up about. I didn't realize what was going on. I thought they were like saying up to like have like somebody come up and talk. Also, I don't know who that the little lady was who came up to give the final speech, but she almost won the night with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a great.
Who was
great
that?
end
Do you
to the
know
night.
who that is?
It's just one of the producers. I don't know.
Okay, she's fucking adorable in the way she was like, I love how Bong walks and how he can make fun of himself. And I'm like, I want to see a movie about her too. Like,
Oh yeah. No, it was wonderful. I thought it was a pretty solid night overall.
yeah.
There are a couple of things that are just like, we could have skipped this, but nothing that I was just like, oh my god, I hate this. I liked Joaquin Phoenix's speech as Best Actor, which was all about turning incels into vegans. So that was pretty sick. But it was done with like a real
the right
honesty.
splash
Yeah.
of Joaquin.
It was.
I
Yes, it was a
loved
very Joaquin
his
speech.
last moment talking about his brother, which is super sad.
It honestly looked like he was actually about to cry.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, during the Globes, he thanked Heath, and then this time he thanked
His brother.
River, because like both people were so close to him, and yeah. Ethan,
Hi.
should we move this on into who won?
Yes. So out of 24 nominations, David got 16 correct.
It was a bad fucking year.
That's not the worst. That's
That's pretty bad.
I mean, you got over half, so that's pretty good. Not as good as Ethan, who got 17. Now, what was great about this is it literally came down to the last two
It was a fucking photo
big
finish.
ones. Yeah, because we had the same for Best Actress and Best Actor. We had a different one for Best Director. So when Bong Joon-ho won Best Director, we were tied. And then we had a different pick for Best Picture. And I was really worried that it was actually going to go to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and we would have just ended tied. But then I won it with Best Picture. And what a fucking... And I even texted you this at the time. I told you, I hope I win with Parasite because you can never be mad at me for Parasite winning Best Picture. Now you can't be mad because you would take it away from Parasite.
No,
I'm
not
a
at all.
Parasite on you.
I think it's funny that we both had the same reaction to after the awards as we both went and watched Parasite.
Yeah, literally right after
Like-
we both watched it.
Like, throughout the awards, as Bong was winning his awards, I was like, dude, we gotta go watch. I was talking to Marissa, and I was like, we gotta go watch this after. Because, like, I'm just dying to see it for a second time, because I've only still seen it the one time.
This was
And then I
number
finally got to see
4
it.
for me. It still slaps.
Such a
I'm
good
literally
film.
wearing...
So
I was
good.
wearing a Parasite shirt during
Shite?
the entire...
Parasite?
Yeah. I was wearing a Parasite shirt.
Really?
The whole
What
show.
Parasite shirt?
I got a new shirt. It's a Parasite shirt. I'll show it to you sometime. It's real cute.
So Ethan won. It's his first time beating me with the Oscar ballot out of 4.
What? We haven't done this 4 times.
Are you sure? 3. That's right. This is my first time ever losing an Oscar ballot.
Right, because we
5
tied
years in a
last
row.
time.
I mean, you can say tie or you can say win. It doesn't really matter. It's still
tied.
the same thing in my book.
That's all right.
Sure. But Ethan, you finally win.
Yes.
You finally get to, as Bong would say, start drinking.
Yeah. The thing is, I haven't been able to have a drink before this, so this will be my first legal drink post Oscars. Just because I haven't been allowed to since I hadn't won the Oscars. It was kind of a
And
weird,
now because-
archaic law, but I'm glad we've moved past it.
Yes. So Ethan, what are we gonna be doing? In which month are we celebrating or doing this one?
Let me pull up our schedule. So, we had already planned out when we're going to do this. So, I know a lot of people are probably like, wait a minute, we still haven't heard David's prize from the last 2 years ago. Which is the Cruise Cast.
Which is going to be coming out in April.
Yes.
My birth month.
Yes.
And then we're going to be doing Ethan's terrible episode in August.
Why do you think it's going to be terrible?
Because I know it's going to be fucking trash.
Oh. So yes, in August, it's going to be Ethan's episode, which is going to be called The Paddington Palate Cleanser.
That sounds terrible.
Now, the reason why it's a palate cleanser is because I'm going to make David eat my shit. This is literally this is going to be our first video one. It's going to literally, David has no veto whatsoever, so he actually has to eat my shit on camera. Or, if that doesn't come through for health and safety reasons, David's going to get to watch every single Norm of the North film.
Oh my god.
All of them.
How many is
That's
that?
4 currently. We'll see if more come out. That's four
my
awful movies. So
God.
my least favorite movie of this past year is included in that. I will, just in solidarity, because I haven't seen 2 of them, I will watch them as well. Because I am a generous god.
Holy fuck. This looks terrible.
And then David's gonna get to see both Paddington movies for the first time. Now, the only contingency is you have to watch the Norm of the North movies first, and then watch Paddington 1 and 2. So it's a palate cleanser.
Fantastic.
Are you excited to have a polar bear crime?
Not at all. This looks terrible. The 4th one is called Norm of the North King Size Adventure. It has not even a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah,
geez.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so good, David. So good. Also, just so everyone knows, we changed up our schedule for the mini-sode. So even though in the last mini-sode it said we're actually going to talk about next week's mini-sode but we introduced, but this is coming in just because we want to talk about the Oscars and yada yada, so on and so forth. You get the idea.
Yes, sirree.
Absolutely. And David actually has to call me Siree from now on every time he addresses me.
And Ethan has to call me.
That's
Cruz.
that's Mr. Harris to you.
And then our February episode is going to be coming out semi-soon.
Yeah, probably towards the tail end of November. I meant to say February, but November is also fun.
I was like, dude, that's not semi-soon.
Yeah, we'll have that main one. It's just scheduling's a little tricky on that because we're actually having our boy Steve return again.
Is he returning for a third or fourth?
Third time. Steve's back.
Do we have to change the subtext of our fucking image
Special guest. It's now going to be a regular commentator.
Oh! I also have another friend who would like to come on and do an episode.
Let's do that,
So-
for sure.
No, not with you. He said specifically not with that Ethan guy. I'm just joking. He didn't say that.
Okay, I don't know why he would say that about the Oscar winner of the year. So, just kind of because like.
Are you gonna refer to yourself for the rest of 2020 as the Oscar winner?
I am. Yeah, I'm the Oscar-winning Ethan Harris. It's pretty good.
Oh my god,
It's a look for me.
Alrighty, well that'll do it for this little longer mini-sode, but it was still a mini-sode. But it's still gonna get that yellow card, ain't it? That gold card.
The gold card?
The gold image.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so just in closing, I want to thank the Academy for, giving me the award of being better at picking Oscars than David. I'd like to thank my mom and my cats because they, influenced me.
How many cats do you have?
One's definitely mine, and then 2 are also related to mine. And I want to thank my dad. I want to thank my roommate Thule. I want to thank okay, they're playing me off. I want to thank. Sorry, I didn't think I was gonna get emotional, but I am getting emotional. I want to thank Steve, for helping me out. I want to thank Guy from How to Be a Great GM for helping us out on a previous episode. I want to thank my friend Cameron for helping out on a previous episode. I want to thank all 0 of our Patreons that we have so far. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our 0 Patreons. I know I'm running out of time and they're playing me off. But I want to thank again the Academy and my cat again. I want to thank my friend Tanner. I want to thank David for being a dumb idiot. I want to thank. I'm so emotional. The 92nd Academy Awards broadcast is now concluded. Please pack up and leave. Laura Dern, you can stay for a little bit if you'd like. Thank you for listening to the Featurecast recap of the 92nd Oscars. The Golden Boys have been collected. Please, fuck off.
That was actually a pretty fucking golden
Boy.
closing bit. No, closing bit.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for congratulating me on the closing bit
thank you.
as well.
Thank you, Ethan.
Honestly, thank you
for fucking giving it 112% every episode.
Aww.
Except for that one that you didn't have a fucking song. That can just be the ending.